when did y'all start to see that come to fruition? Out of curiosity, at what like head count did
Yeah.
that start to change for y'all?
I was literally just about to comment on that, Max, because like we
Yeah.
saw a similar trend where we used to say it in sales pitches that like no one's ever left the company, and it was a real like
Yeah.
stake in the ground of like we're awesome.
Yeah.
But that definitely went away at around 30 to 40 people, I'd say. And that was when like there was certainly a like shift in culture.
Yeah.
And we started to have more process, and we started to have I think more specialized roles, like starting up a HR team, starting up an accounting team, and like things got less fun, if you will.
Yeah.
And that's when people started like I think feeling more confident in their own skill sets to go and explore the market, and get different offers and that sort of thing. So we have pretty regular churn now, but yeah, I'd say 30 to 40 people was when we saw basically an overnight shift in terms of people staying.
I think there's like a direct correlation between process and employees churning on their own volition, because I feel like if you like mapped it out, again, this is anecdotal, I don't chart this, but if I mapped it out and like I put a milestone every time we introduced a new like major process, you could almost I bet you would see like a tail of like people leaving just because it's like such a significant change in the way that they've become like comfortable with their roles. And I feel like there was a period for us where there was a lot of processes changing, and then there was a lot of turnover. And then as that sort of like settled in and we stopped making a lot of changes, nobody was leaving. And then, we introduce a new major change, and then someone leaves. And I feel like it's almost related to that. I think maybe the caveat is that if your culture is strong enough to like warrant people not leaving in between those moments. I feel lucky that Shoelace has a pretty strong culture, and people are usually pretty happy. We have low turnover, but that aside, I feel like anytime we start making significant changes, then people start getting cold feet, and they feel maybe a little uncertain about the direction we're going or why the company's making these changes and things like that.
One other thing that I'll add is I think we've seen a lot less, and we've only had a handful of people leave, but I think the market is totally different this year, where I think a lot less employees are being poached, or like small thing they're unhappy with, they're going to leave, or think that they can get more compensation. I think we've just seen, from that standpoint, I don't think we've seen any of it. And talking to a few other people, I think they've seen the same, where like, it seems like the tide is kind of switching back to the employer, where like, 2020, like we had people leave that like were good employees, and I was like, hey, like we'd love to make this work, and they told us their salary, and I was like, go ahead, you'd be doing yourself a financial disservice if you didn't take that offer, but like you're not worth it. You know what I mean? Like at least to us from a business perspective, like it would not be beneficial to us to pay that. So I don't know if we'll see that, heading into this year as well.